Prince Harry's testimony yesterday and today was not really about phone hacking, blagging, or the granular mechanics of tabloid journalism. That was the legal scaffolding. What the court actually witnessed was a husband finally and publicly drawing a line about his wife and about the pressure that she's been put under. For almost 2 hours he was measured control, occasionally irritated, sometimes defensive. He argued back, he corrected phrasing, he insisted on context, he behaved like a litigant who knows he is being tested not only by a barrister, but by a culture that has already decided what it thinks of him. And then something shifted. It was not when his own childhood was discussed, not when his girlfriends were named again one by one like exhibits, not even when his mother's death was dragged back into the room. It was when he spoke about Meghan. They have made my wife's life an absolute misery. And at that point the performance stopped, the courtroom stopped, the voice cracked, and for the first time in this long legal saga, something uncontestable entered the space, and that was loyalty. And this matters because Prince Harry is often accused of many things, but loyalty is not one of the charges normally laid against him. He is accused of disloyalty to the crown, to tradition, to Britain, to restraint, to silence. And what we saw instead was an almost old-fashioned fidelity, the sort that says, you may do this to me, you may rewrite my past, but you will not do it to my wife without resistance. That line didn't come from strategy. It was not drafted by Sherborne. It was not for the press. It came from a man who has watched the same machinery grind forward again and recognised it too late the first time. The testimony repeatedly returned to the one phrase, open season. Harry rejects the idea that being royal converts a human life into a commercial quarry, and this is where the case becomes philosophically interesting, because the defence leans heavily on a confused notion of public interest. Harry's argument is simpler and frankly stronger. Curiosity is not the same thing as necessity. Entertainment is not accountability, and intrusion is not journalism simply because it sells. When he spoke of his wife, the legal abstractions collapsed. This was no longer about whether a journalist blagged a flight manifest or invented a source. It was about consequence. Meghan, he said, was subjected to harassment that was persistent, racialized, and unrelenting. Pregnancy didn't slow it. Motherhood didn't soften it. And silence, the old royal remedy, did not protect it. And here is the uncomfortable truth for his critics. This is exactly what a loyal husband should say. He didn't minimize, he didn't relativize, he didn't deflect onto institutional convenience. He stood in court and said plainly that the press made his wife's life miserable. Not awkward, not difficult, miserable. Much of the commentary since has tried to redirect that moment. Some say he's still angry. Some say therapy has failed him. Some say he lacks perspective. All of that misses the point. Anger is not the opposite of healing when it is proportionate and directed. Sometimes it is simply memory refusing to be erased. Harry's testimony also exposes a deeper hypocrisy. He is criticised for speaking, yet blamed for not speaking sooner. He is accused of oversharing, yet told his silence proves consent. He is mocked for invoking trauma, yet condemned not for transcending it neatly enough for public comfort. The truth is simpler. He broke with never complain, never explain, precisely because it failed when it mattered most. And this is where Meghan stands at the centre of the story, not as an accessory, not as a catalyst, but as the person who clarified his moral line. He says openly that this approach to the press changed because of how she was treated. That's not manipulation, that is recognition. I understand this deeply. There is at least one country that I love deeply, that I will never visit again, because that is the country where my partner was tortured. And I simply cannot, I cannot get over that fact. I feel defensive. I understand where Harry's coming from here. I understand deeply where he's coming from. I have deep sympathy for him. And the court, of course, will run for weeks more. It may succeed or fail on technical grounds, limitation periods, evidential thresholds, sourcing practices that will all be debated. But none of these will erase what happened in that room when Harry spoke of his wife, because that moment revealed something the tabloids have never been able to tolerate. A royal who will not trade his marriage for approval, a royal who is prepared to speak the truth And there was a moment of truth there, a moment of emotional, personal truth, which cannot be spun away by the people in the Daily Mail or the Express, the editors of the Daily Mail, the Express, and all these tabloid gutter newspapers. And I know some of the people who work for them or who have worked for them. I wouldn't have them round for tea. I wouldn't have them anywhere near me. They are contaminated with the filth of sticking their head in the bowl of the lavatory and flushing and flushing and flushing and seeing what comes up. We know what comes up. We know what comes up, and nothing goes down. If this is his last battle with Britain, as some have suggested, then it was at least fought on honest terrain by Harry. Not for popularity, not for closure, but for the simple proposition that marriage entails protection even when it costs you status. And whatever one thinks of Prince Harry, whatever one thinks of Meghan, that line in court was not petulance, narcissism, or performance. It was fidelity under oath. And that is not a weakness. It is the clearest thing he has said in years, and I salute him.
Prince Harry stands as a different kind of royal. His love for Meghan and their children shines brighter than any crown. For Harry, family is the compass that guides his every decision. The standards of royalty once defined his path, but now his loyalty to his loved ones shapes his journey. From the first days of his relationship with Meghan, Harry made it clear. He would protect her. He would be her shield. This promise grew even stronger when their children, Archie and Lilibet, were born. The duty he feels to his family is deeper than tradition. This loyalty is not just words, it is action. Harry left behind royal comforts for the sake of his family's happiness and health. He chose the unknown, believing that love and safety matter more than status or duty. In a world that often demands sacrifice, Harry showed a new way. He put his family first, setting an example for all who wish to defend those they love. Harry's childhood was marked by loss. The sudden death of his mother, Princess Diana, shook the world. For Harry, it was a lesson in pain and privacy. Paparazzi chased his mother, ignoring her pleas. The media's glare became a shadow over his young life. This tragedy shaped Harry's values. He learned the dangers of unchecked media intrusion. He saw how public scrutiny could destroy joy and peace. These memories became lessons that would guide him as an adult. As Harry grew, he remembered his mother's spirit. Diana was compassionate and strong, but she also suffered. Harry vowed never to let history repeat itself. He would protect his wife and children from the same pain. These experiences transformed Harry. They made him more aware, more determined. His past gave him the strength to build a safer future for his own family. Royal life promises comfort, but it also demands much. Harry knew this well. For years, he carried the burdens of expectation. Duty to the crown meant his private life was never truly his own. But love changed everything. When Harry married Meghan, the world watched closely, personally. Harry wanted to set boundaries for all public figures. He demanded respect for privacy and truth. The court cases were lengthy and exhausting, but Harry did not give up. Through these actions, Harry drew a line. He showed that even royalty can fight back. His courage inspired others to defend their own rights against exploitation. For Harry, privacy is more than a wish. It is a shield. He remembers life in the public eye and, well, wants something different for his children. Archie and Lilibet deserve to grow up away from flashing cameras and headlines. Harry and Meghan guard their children's lives fiercely. They share only glimpses, protecting their kids from the pressures they once faced. This choice is not about hiding, but about giving Archie and Lilibet space to discover themselves. The couple refuses to let paparazzi dictate their children's childhoods. They set boundaries with the press, even moving across continents to ensure safety. These actions show that every child deserves a normal, happy life. By valuing their children's privacy, Harry and Meghan set an example. They remind the world that fame should never come before a child's well-being. Mental health is close to Harry's heart. He knows all too well the struggles that come from living in the spotlight. Both he and Meghan have faced anxiety, stress, and depression. Instead of hiding these battles, they speak openly, hoping to help others. Harry has worked with charities and started initiatives to support people's mental health. He believes that talking about pain and asking for help are signs of strength, not weakness. This message is especially important for men who often feel that they must be silent. Within his own family, Harry makes mental well-being a daily priority. He encourages open conversations and emotional support. He wants Archie and Lilibet to grow up knowing it is safe to share their feelings. By focusing on mental health, Harry builds a stronger family foundation. His openness breaks stigma and brings hope to many who suffer in silence. Harry's choices are not just personal, they challenge centuries of royal tradition. Royals were once expected to remain silent, to accept intrusion as part of duty. Harry questioned this. He saw that true courage sometimes means saying no. His willingness to break from tradition set him apart. He spoke about racism, mental health, and the need for change. He showed that a royal can be both strong and vulnerable. By listening to his heart, Harry transformed the meaning of duty. Some criticized him for this bravery, but Harry kept going, driven by his love for Meghan and their children. He proved that loyalty to family is not a weakness, but a new kind of strength. This courage inspires others inside and outside the royal family. Harry's life is proof that real change starts with one bold step. Harry's choices extend beyond his own family. They send a message to other public figures and to us all. Privacy, respect, and mental health are not luxuries, they are rights. By defending these values, Harry leads by example. Other celebrities and leaders have watched Harry's journey. Some have followed, setting new boundaries with the media. Parents everywhere see hope in his actions, believing they too can protect their children from harm. Harry's story also changes how we see royalty. He reminds us that even the most privileged need safety and care. His actions challenge us to rethink what we expect from public figures and from ourselves. Through his courage, Harry gives others permission to defend their own families. The ripple effect is real and powerful. In the end, Prince Harry's legacy is not just royal, it is deeply human. He has shown that duty does not mean sacrificing those you love. By putting his family first, he has redefined what it means to be a modern royal man. Harry's choices are not easy, but they are meaningful. He has inspired millions by showing that true loyalty starts at home. His story proves that love and courage can break even the oldest traditions. As the world changes, Harry stands as a guide. He shows that protecting your family is the greatest duty of all. His legacy will last not because of a crown, but because of his heart. Prince Harry's journey is a new blueprint. He is a modern royal man, putting family first, crown second.